Yo, YouTube, what is up? Radar 25 back again. My co-host, Club Guy Mike, Fuentsmania.
What up, Marks?
We're back again, guys, with another takeaway video. It's going to be our 2 takeaways from Friday night's Smackdown from May 1st. Another decent episode of Smackdown. Nothing super special to write home about. More Money in the Bank build.
More mediocre than decent. Let's be
I guess, yeah. I'm trying to be optimistic about it, but yeah, more mediocre than that. Yeah, guys. So we're gonna get to this video. Before we do, I want to remind you guys, drop a like on this video and previous videos. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed, and notification bell so you guys aren't missing when anything drops on the YouTube channel. Also, follow me social media, Instagram, Twitter, links in the description below, also on the bottom of the screen. And without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video. Our 2 takeaways from Friday Night SmackDown from May 1st. All right, guys, so the show started off with Bryan cutting a pretty solid promo in the ring, hyping up Money in the Bank, and the fact that Drew Gulak, his coach and his good friend, got screwed out of it by King Corbin, Cesaro, and Nakamura. And, that's obviously leading into the match that they're having this week, which is King Corbin versus Bryan. It's a solid promo talking about how he won when he cashed in, he won the World Heavyweight Championship, and that Corbin came out and interrupted, and, basically shitting on Corbin for the fact that he didn't win when he won Money in the Bank a few years back. This is a fine promo from Bryan. He's normally pretty good on the mic when the storyline's good and he's invested. But yeah, he's always been solid on the mic. Well, it's a strong promo from him. This leads into the match. Bryan, King Corbin. This was a good match before kind of like the Schmaz DQ finish because.
Cesaro and Shin come in and save the day for Corbin. They're the two lackeys now.
Well, I mean, so he saves the day, and then Bryan wins by disqualification. Because the 2 lackeys of Corbin who are now Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro now.
Who have since left Sammy, because Sammy has been non-existent for the last month or so.
Yeah, exactly.
At least since WrestleMania, but this is what they do now. This is what they do with Cesaro and Shin.
It is what it is at this point. They beat him up. They hit him with ladders, and they threw him to the ladders that are around the set. Pretty much it. But it was a solid match before that happened. So obviously both guys Money in the Bank. We'll see how it goes. The build hasn't been great for Money in the Bank, but this isn't bad. But we just don't like the Cesaro Nakamura thing.
Nah, it's just
yeah. Next thing on the show was the appearance of the Universal Champion. Braun Strowman. Yeah, talking about 2 weeks ago, right? It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago.
Well, he talked about a little bit about last week too.
Yeah, so basically just talking about like the past is the past when he's with the Wyatt family. He gets interrupted by the Firefly Funhouse, and here comes Bray Wyatt sitting on a rocking chair, and he reads kind of like a children's book called The Black Sheep, and it's basically about Braun Strowman, the fact that he brought him in, and then it was kind of like a betrayal, basically, and that. So it's just more build towards this, but I really like the storytelling behind this entire feud so far because they keep calling back on all the stuff that's happened. It's the story that's already built in basically into the feud. You didn't have to do much, you know what I'm saying?
No, because it's built in 4 or 5 years of it, so it's just continuity. You're following up. They haven't seen each other in years, and now they're coming back to with the biggest prize in the sport up for grabs. So I mean, fun. It's been a fun little ride, and they haven't been around the entire time, so that's been even they've done a good job with that they haven't been around, but they're still doing a good job of it of making it happen.
Yeah, guys. So he cuts he talks about the book basically, and that's pretty much it. But it's just more of the build towards this. I really like the way it's been done, and there's so much built into it already, and it feels like he's going against Bray Wyatt only at Money in the Bank. He will retain, but the storyline is going to continue, and obviously the Fiend will probably show up eventually and maybe take that title away from Braun. I think they're going to spread it out a little bit though, just so
makes sense.
Fast transitional champion type.
Yeah, story. You could do 2 months of this stuff, the Money in the Bank, and then the following pay-per-view after that, whatever the hell pay-per-view that is.
Yeah,
July.
Guys, next thing on the show was another Sheamus match, and he went against a guy named
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yes, it does not matter what his name is. It was a jobber. That's the end of that.
Finish.
Yeah, squash finish, and more of the Jeff Hardy feud with Sheamus. It was Sheamus going up to Michael Cole, as he's done the past few weeks again, and kind of berating him. And then here comes the final chapter of the Jeff Hardy video packages that they've been doing, and it's basically him coming back from his injury and the return of Jeff Hardy and all that stuff like that. So setting up for Jeff Hardy Sheamus match that eventually will happen. It's good to see Sheamus in a bigger match. He's been taking on a bunch of just random enhancement guys. Since basically he came back. He had a little bit of that feud with Shorty G and Apollo Crews, and that was kind of just thrown to the side. Never really followed up on. And, good to see Sheamus. Excited to see. Now, it all depends on if they're going to put Sheamus over in this. I think they should, obviously, since they're building him. He's returned. I wouldn't put Jeff Hardy over in this feud, but let's see how WWE handles that.
And the one thing from that, what I'm going to say was Jeff comes back next week, and they're saying it's the return. Kind of like they're forgetting that like a month ago he was on SmackDown, so it's like that was a little cheap.
And I think he's gone Corbin when he came back.
He took on Corbin when he came back. So it's like, is it his return now? We've seen him for one little thing. I think it was right before WrestleMania, maybe 2 weeks before WrestleMania. But
And you could tell he wasn't ready, so that's probably why they pushed him back. They sent him back, and then they have him now they're building him back up again.
Yeah,
they feel like they brought him back too soon. Guys, next thing on the show, I believe there was a promo in the back by Mandy Rose and Otis. Just talking about Sonya and all that, and then the fact that they both have Money in the Bank qualifier matches tonight. So we'll jump right into the match, and this is gonna be takeaway number 1 of the night, and it's just more of Mandy and Sonya. So the match was Mandy Rose, Carmella for the Money in the Bank qualifying, and basically the entire match, Sonya Deville's on the ramp talking over the match and distracting Mandy the entire time, which I thought was good. It's better than her doing the random regular cookie cutter distraction finish that they always like to do, where the music plays, they come out, they look at them, and then they get rolled up from behind. Which you do all the time. So this was a different way to go about it. I really like Sonya and the role she's been in. I think she's been believable and been doing well on the mic. Yeah,
she's a natural heel. You can tell she's a natural heel.
Yeah, definitely. She does. So she talks over the entire match, basically almost the entire match, and then Carmella ends up winning. So she qualifies for Money in the Bank, a former Money in the Bank winner. And, this costs, now it's costing Mandy Rose a spot in the match, Sonya Deville. So it's heightening up the feud a little bit more because it is costing her. There's something of value at stake, and she was cost that. So I liked it. And, she's been doing really well on the mic, Sonya Deville. She came in for the beatdown after this. She has been laying her stuff in on Mandy, too, as well.
Yeah, I think, but they're friends. They're really good friends.
That's why.
Yeah, so it's all right. But I like like you said, it was just like adding on what you said. It was good. Just the whole, her berating her from the entrance and everything. And then also just, Mandy loses, but she still kept kind of strong. Where she lost because it was interference, and she it doesn't kill her or make her less viable to go against Sonya, and it adds more to the whole Sonya her beef. And it's good that they're not going away from that and kind of pausing their feud and putting her in the Money in the Bank. I think it's good to keep it rolling between them two, because this is the hot angle right now on SmackDown is their whole 4-way going on with Otis and Dolph. So I think it's so great, probably the best thing on wrestling on SmackDown, even from Raw. So it should be a fun match, and they keep adding to it. So good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 3 best things going on not excluding NXT, SmackDown and Raw would have to be McIntyre, Rollins, this feud of Otis, Mandy, Ziggler, and Sonya, and the Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman stuff. That's the best stuff on the show right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and the Sasha and Bailey stuff is also pretty
good.
Good.
It's all right. I just when you throw in Tamina in there, it just kind of doesn't do it for me. But but they've done a good job. Sonya's really good. She's kind of becoming the star of them all. I think she's kind of overtaking Mandy.
Yeah. I think the goal is to make the star. Obviously, Mandy. Because she seems to be the chosen one from the women's division right now to be the star. But I think Sonya is really showing her chops right now. Especially on the mic.
She's way more believable than Mandy is on the mic. You get the emotion more from Mandy. Right now we're just kind of being blocked with her beauty more than anything else.
I mean, Mandy's is commercially she's the better because of how stunning she actually is, and she's on TV and stuff like that. But Sonya does have a little bit more of a reach, just because her sexual orientation. So she's part of the LGBTQ community and all that stuff like that. So they could they're both marketable in both ways.
Yeah.
So what do you call it? So I mean, the storyline is good. I like it. Like I said, it continues. Like I like how they evolved it and it's changed.
Yeah,
and
the for focus, like 3 months now.
The focus
Almost.
is more Sonya Deville and Mandy right now, and Otis and Ziggler are in the back seat. Now I believe next week is going to be a tag team match, right? The mixed tag is happening.
Yeah, mixed tag next week. Yes.
I think the mixed tag is happening next week. Right?
Yeah, next week. Yep.
Yeah. Or no, it's not the mixed tag next week.
What is it? I don't know.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, the next week it's gonna be I'm sorry, it's Tamina, Lacey Evans versus Bailey and Sasha Banks. That's what I'm thinking of. Yeah. So the mixed tag's not happening yet. This match will probably happen at not the mixed tag, but the Sonya Mandy. I would assume will happen at Money in the Bank. So that match will probably happen then. So we messed up on that one.
What?
Yep. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. No, but really did like it. And again, the different kind of distraction that they did. She talked over basically the entire match.
The entire match.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. There's also a promo afterwards in the back because Ziggler is going to face Otis later on in the show, and it was Mandy and her and not Mandy, Sonya and Ziggler in the back talking. It was a very creepy, like
strange,
odd, promo that they cut back there. Their voices and the way they were talking, but basically saying that Otis isn't like the guy who gets like this doesn't happen to guys that look like Otis and stuff like that, and that basically Ziggler he's going to win and qualify for Money in the Bank. All right, guys.
Get his girl back.
Yeah, get his girl back. Next thing on the show was the New Day versus the Forgotten Sons, who jumped into. They had a match before this, before last week. Forgotten Sons, their first match on Smackdown, but now they're kind of jumping into that title picture like quickly. They also had Miz and Morrison on commentary here. This was a good match. Now, surprisingly, Forgotten Sons get the win here.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were going to be the champs that soon. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they look like a good team. The Forgotten Sons, a good trio. Obviously they have that military background, so they're going to play that up a lot. And be,
as they should.
As they should. And be baby faces, I would assume, because you can't make heels out of military.
For some people.
For some people, yeah. What do you call it? Yeah, so it's fun. Miz and Morrison always fun on commentary and all that stuff like that. But good to see a new tag team kind of emerge and kind of shake things up a little bit.
And it's being done right, unlike Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. They're actually doing this right.
Yeah, they should.
Forgotten Sons.
Yeah, especially with the surprise win here against the tag team champs.
Yep.
All right,
very good.
Guys, next thing on the show, and it's surprisingly the main event of the night. You wouldn't expect this match to be the main event of SmackDown. And it's takeaway number 2 of the night, and it is Otis and Ziggler 2. So this is their second singles match together. First one was at WrestleMania, obviously with Mandy and Sonya involved. And this is the Money in the Bank qualifier for the men's. Otis versus Ziggler, the main event of the evening. And surprisingly, Otis wins.
Yeah.
And he's in Money in the Bank. Odd guy.
He's the guy.
I mean, sometimes Money in the Banks is all like a bunch of athletic guys, and you have the one big guy, like Kane or something like that. Remember there was one that had Finley in it. He was like the odd guy who's in there, but he's like the more of the rough and tumble guy,
the power guy. Yeah, I mean, there should you need that difference in a ladder match, especially when it's a multi-man ladder match. It's always good to have that one guy that can like do some crazy power moves and lift up guys on a ladder, whatever craziness. So it's always good. You can't have all guys flying around. But Otis, I mean, who would have thought it about 2 months ago? He'd be main event in SmackDown, going to Money in the Bank. I feel bad for Tucky because he hasn't been around in a long time. But
Tucky's kind of taking a back seat right now.
And the whole heavy machinery things. Yeah, the whole heavy machinery thing is kind of taking a back seat, which kind of sucks. But Otis is becoming a fun little star. I like his Chris Farley routine that he does. He plays like the village idiot, but like the big strong village idiot. But and he had a great match with Dolph. It was a really good match, about 10, 15-minute match, almost 20-minute match. It was a solid job, and I'm excited to see the Money in the Bank with Otis in it. And who knows, he might end up winning it.
I mean, I doubt he'll win it, but it'll be interesting to see how he plays out in the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, I'm sure Dolph might have something to say about it.
Yeah, I mean, this match itself, it wasn't all that. It was a decent little match.
I mean, it was a fun little match. It was a pretty good match. It's
decent. I mean, Otis more character based than anything.
Yeah.
But he's a powerhouse, and it's also good to see these guys in the main event, new guy, not Ziggler not being a new guy, but Otis being the new one, and actually seeing him in a prominent role.
A tag team guy too.
Good to see him in Money in the Bank. Now they actually have an extra spot because obviously there can be a gauntlet, I think, on Monday Night Raw.
Yep.
Because of the Apollo injury. So we'll see what happens there. The story, the story feels separate. Like, this match feels separate from the actual storyline of Mandy and Sonya. So that, again, that's good. We know the mixed tag is eventually coming. But the thing is that the way, like, these guys are taking like a backseat to their feud. They're not interrupting the other feud, because if they did, then they would overshadow Mandy and Sonya's issues and hurt them. But I really like the way they're working it. And, obviously they had the match at WrestleMania, so there's a little bit of a track record, especially with the whole story that's been going on. So this match, obviously being for Money in the Bank, actually has some stakes to it, but it heightens it because they had an ongoing feud this entire time. And Otis gets another win over Ziggler and a win over him in the feud. You know what I'm saying? First it was basically for Mandy in the beginning, and then now it was for Money in the Bank. So Otis is 2-0 against Ziggler, and he's really taking it to him in terms of the overall feud. But I do think that the mixed tag, if Sonya keeps doing what she's doing, I think the mixed tag, Sonya Ziggler might win that.
I mean, I think so too. I think, especially as they see that Sonya's kind of becoming like the star of the group a little bit. I mean, I definitely think that 2 in a row with Otis kind of going over. It's kind of time for the heels to get their comeuppance a little bit.
Yeah.
So
maybe that's what they're working for. But in terms of Mandy, I like to see her be a little more aggressive and more of a.
I just don't think she has that in. Like, even her
more of a fight back kind of like spirit to her. Like,
I just don't think she has like that fire. She's, I don't know, it's like she's very like low key, it's hard to explain. She's just very her emotions are very like kind of here all the time. Like, it's kind of like monotone almost. There really isn't that much of excitement coming where Sonya is like yelling and screaming and like being more aggressive.
I think Mandy's just probably better as a heel, because she could be like that girl in high school, like the super hot popular girl that everybody's like the bully girl wants to be, and then she's like
mean
a
girl.
Basically mean girl. Yeah, basically I think that's more of her, probably her lane, and probably her specialty. Because I mean, not to say that she is that in real life, but I'm just saying that she would come off better as that.
Yeah, she's coming off dry as the baby face, very dry,
dry as the baby face.
Yeah, just not very. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Sonya's the one making the feud happen right now.
Yeah.
So let's see.
Maybe that's by design. I don't know, but like I just feel like she's very like in the background, kind of not really. Even when she's like up there, she's like, I don't know, just. Give me more emotion, give me more fire. There wasn't a lot of fire coming out of her. So
she needs to fire up on Sonya a little bit more. But all right, guys. That is the episode of Smackdown, the main event. Obviously, Ziggler and Otis. Otis qualifies for Money in the Bank. That feud continues. It was a mediocre show.
Mediocre.
We're gonna get to the shit that sucks.
But it's you. He's gonna puke. He's gonna puke. He's gonna.
Okay. The shit that sucked, and it would have to be more of Shinsuke and Cesaro being just lackeys. And we continue to say this is a running thing on the shit that sucks segment, and it'll probably continue because this is bad. I mean, I just can't stand seeing these two guys just in the roles that they're in, and I really hope that it changes big time. Even put them in a fucking tag team. I don't know, because I can't stand seeing them as just lackeys. I can't.
I mean, one thing about Cesaro, even in the Indies with Chris Hero, he was always in a tag team. He's really good in tag teams with Sheamus, stuff like that. So you can always do that. But it's a shame, man. These guys are headed for AEW if this doesn't change. Like, come on. These guys are too good to be people's lackeys, especially Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin should be their lackey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't. And we keep saying this, but it just keeps bugging us. Like, you can't have Shinsuke Nakamura being somebody's like he should be the leader. I felt like he was the leader for when he was IC champion. All of a sudden, Sammy took a thing. Sammy won the belt. Now he's gone. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with them. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and just say that this quarantine lockdown has caused them to just be stuck in this rut. But I don't know.
I'm not even confident that after the fact they're gonna get anything much after this.
I mean, then those guys will be future endeavored, or they're not going to re-sign their contracts, and they'll be in AEW or in Japan soon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long they're signed for right now, or if they get let go. But yeah, I just hate the role that they're in, and we continue to hate on it. So that is what it is, guys. But that is the video for today. Appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for Monday for our takeaway video for Monday Night Raw upcoming. And remember, guys, if it doesn't work for you, brother, do not do the job.
Later, Box.